All right, what's going on, all my gamers, all my Tarkov gamers? Man, where do I begin? I I don't even know. So I heard about the story and I wanted to talk about it because I used to play a lot of Tarkov. Actually, Tarkov was like I think the game after it was the game that took me away from League for like the most part until I ended up going back because Tarkov started doing these changes that I didn't really like. You know, I'm like General Sam, dude. I'm one of the rats. I'm a rat connoisseur. I love the rat play style, so I'm always out there getting rubles and all that. So when they started adding all these different changes that kind of went against that, I decided, I was just like, you know what, screw it. I'm not gonna play this game anymore. So I mean, for the most part, I couldn't. A lot of strats and stuff that I did was pretty much taken out because of scav karma, which was really, really still one of I still think it's a really stupid update. And same with like changes to the market and all this and other stuff. And I think actually I think scav karma would have been fine for me if they didn't put durations on keys. I think that's what got me the most because I had all the keys, dude. That's all I did is I looted, I grabbed keys and I used the shit out of them. Anyways, I probably put like 1,000 hours into Tarkov. I played a lot of it. So I wanted to watch this video of Asmon talking about. It's called "This is officially a scam," and I want to see what this is about.
Update on the current situation.
Oh, and yes, for anyone asking, I had EOD. I had EFT, EOD. So I spent the money. I shelled it out. I actually borrowed a friend's account until I was like, you know what? I do want to buy this game. So I was just trying it on his account to try out the game, and as soon as I was like, you know what, I fell in love with the game. I was like, yes, give me EOD.
Oh, I wonder what situation that is. So they put this out, I guess, earlier, 12 hours ago, earlier today. It's Battlestate Games. It's from Nikita. It's the same main guy. So he says, let me clarify the situation a little more detail regarding owners of Edge of Destruction Edition, Edge of Darkness, excuse me.
I was gonna say, wait a minute, what?
Edition and access to the cooperative mode and other issues. First of all, PvE game mode is not DLC. DLC, in our understanding, is the major additions to the game.
It's a whole new game mode.
Various functionality and content that are released after the official release of the game as themed DLC packs. Secondly, this specific functionality of PvE,
dude, okay,
is necessarily located on a separate network infrastructure because essentially you play on our servers only in closed mode. At this stage, it is not possible to launch all players who are EOD holders. Right now, we simply do not have the required amount of resources for this. We observe your dissatisfaction, and we have decided that the functionality of PvE mode will be available for free to all owners of Edge of Darkness at the release of the game when the server infrastructure will be improved to the required capacity. Now, you have all had the opportunity to test this mode by purchasing the Unheard edition of the game or upgrading the version, upgrading to the version. We also decided to give a 50% discount when upgrading to the Unheard edition from the Edge of Darkness edition.
Here's what I will say. Dude, this is absolutely a DLC. What the fuck, dude? It's a whole new game mode. What do you mean? Also, how long? I wonder if they're still keeping the thing because I saw something about the EOD edition having the PvE game mode, but it's only for 6 months. Like, bro, why are you giving that out for only 6 months? And why 6 months? It's very, I don't know. I would have loved the PvE game mode because I was one who, since I was a rat, I didn't really engage in fights that much. So I absolutely would have wanted like a PvE mode where I could just fight scavs or fight Tagilla or Sturman. I'm trying to think of all the boss names right now. Killa, Sanitar. I never went against the new bosses after that, after Sanitar, but I would have loved it.
We plan to send 1 free Left Behind edition keys to everyone who's already been upgraded. Moreover, any player of any version of EFT can have the opportunity to test the PvE mode. We want to add the ability to purchase a separate early access to this mode. For EOD owners, there will be a 70% discount on the purchase.
Well, how much is the
early
purchase?
Access to PvE. It would be interesting to hear your thoughts on this idea. I mean, this isn't really that bad, right? It's probably the best one that they've had so far. It's still bad, but like it's the least worst one.
Yeah, this
I
stuff
would
could have
say
been a
that.
lot
Yeah,
worse,
it's the least
I
worst one.
guess.
Why couldn't they just offer this off the get-go and subvert all the drama? I don't know why. I have no idea. So basically, the reason why this is DLC is because it still runs off of the same base game.
Right.
So in general, a DLC is anything.
Wait, what is that community note? Their definition of DLC is incorrect. Their separate game, Escape from Tarkov Arena, was released as a DLC. As PvE game, definitely is DLC. Yeah, it's DLC.
Like for example, World of Warcraft Plunderstorm is like DLC.
Mm.
In addition to the game, that's like a new way of playing an existing game is DLC.
It's like Lego Fortnite.
You're not making a new.
It's DLC.
Game. Like in any definition of DLC, this does not fall under that category. At least it doesn't sound like the Magic 8-Ball. That's true. Wrong. Try again tomorrow. Look at the first mod comment. Okay.
Oh,
last
God.
time I checked, a brand new game mode that the game's never had is a pretty major addition to the game. That's obviously DLC. Popular questions that appear in this thread. How's a new game mode? Not major content, so therefore not DLC. Well, look. I mean, here's the truth. You know it. I know it. Everybody knows it, right?
What?
It is DLC.
It's DLC.
By any normal person's definition of DLC, a PvE mode is DLC. That's just the way it is. Nobody is going to imagine that it's not DLC. Like if you polled 1,000 gamers and you asked them, is this DLC? I bet you'd have at least 950, if not all
it's definitely DLC.
Saying, yeah, it's probably DLC. Like, come on. And also, like, there's no...
I just don't understand why they're trying to get around that. Like, is it so they can charge more or something? Like, that's such a weird hill to die on, to say that it's not DLC. I don't know. Let me see. Make sure. Yeah, this is not DLC. Why do they just want it? I don't know.
Dictionary definition of this.
I guess
really, whenever you give people something,
I don't know.
You misdefine it in a way that's non-advantageous to them, that they clearly don't understand, they're gonna get pissed off about it. I mean, like, it's really not that complicated,
right?
Like, so it doesn't matter like what your definition is, because you know, this is like another example of the customer's always right. If the customer thinks this is DLC, then it's DLC, especially if pretty much all the customers think that.
Yeah.
And I think that's where they're at right now. You advertised the arena as DLC previously. It is no longer advertised as DLC. Well, exactly.
Dude, they want to...
And the reason why they advertised the arena as DLC, it's because the arena was DLC.
Arena sounds kind of cool.
That's the reason why. So why is this happening? And also, like, I think that they understand that there's obviously like double speak going on, because if they didn't realize that, they wouldn't have changed the line about DLC. I think that that's the best way that you can tell that they did it on purpose, is the fact that they changed their wording. So like if they, and like, why would you need to change the wording? Well, the reason why is because you have redefined DLC in a way that is advantageous for you, but that doesn't necessarily mean the customer has to, follow along with that.
That shit is wild,
dude. An asset flip, it had nothing to do with the base game and core gameplay loop. Yeah, well, maybe the PvE doesn't either.
Sorry, my tracking died. Also, I just realized I was covering Asmon the whole time because I'm always on the left.
EA's watching us off the corner and taking notes. Yeah, it's crazy.
Oh god, I don't want to know what EA would do about this.
It's still very tone deaf and arrogant. Tarkov is still in beta, and you use the money we gave you to fund other bullshit we didn't ask or expect. Common sense should tell you to don't move resources from anywhere until Tarkov is feature complete. Once you've shipped the game, then go and waste whatever resources you want doing your own shit. I think that's pretty fair. It is. Y'all are so close to hitting the nail on the head, yet miss due to arrogance every time. It's not due to...
I'm not even, like... If I'm being completely honest, I'm not even surprised that they're like arrogant and they're acting like this. Like I'm really not. Like I know, I played this game a lot, dude, and I've been through a lot of its controversies with Nikita, just like doubling down. So I'm not even surprised. I'm really not. Nikita did this shit a lot, where he's just like, yeah, we're gonna have this change and double down, and fuck you if you don't like it. And whatever, it's just like I'm not surprised, bro. Especially when he like doubled down on I think he doubled down before they changed all this shit. Like, I'm not surprised.
arrogance. It's because they don't want to.
It wouldn't
see
be in the
this is
shape that it's in
problem
now
like
if
the
they
Tarkov developers
compromise,
have.
but they just don't.
They can't give everybody the PvE
It's a Nikita
because
special.
they don't have the server capacity for it. Now, so how do you solve that problem? Well, you solve that problem by not releasing something like this in the first place. That's the way you solve the problem. But now that they're in this, there is no easy solution for them. Because if they can't give everybody the server space, they can't afford the server space, they're stuck. But the truth is that this is a problem that they've created themselves. They did this to themselves. It's not like it's some other, accident or anything like that. It happened because of their own actions. So close, but still not listening clearly.
You almost had it.
Yeah, I feel like this is better. Let me clarify something too. If you access a mode PvE version through a game, original multiplayer, as far as you can't play the specific mode without the game, then it's 100% part of the game, making it a DLC. Yeah, this guy has the best definition of it. He did it better than me.
Yeah, that's probably his.
Yeah,
that's
I
what it's
agree
gonna
with
get.
that. PvE is objectively DLC. It doesn't matter what BSG's definition of DLC is. Well, also, you have to remember that they agree that the PvE is DLC. And this is one thing that I hope Tarkov players understand, is that the developers of Tarkov know that it's DLC. They know
That's so
it.
dumb,
and
bro.
you can know that
They
for a
know it's
fact.
DLC. They're just doing
And the
this.
reason why you know that they know it's DLC is because they changed the wording on their website.
Right.
Why would they change the wording if they were being consistent? They changed the wording because they knew that they were going to do this. That's the whole reason. Yeah, I mean, I can't believe anybody who believes this shit. I mean, let's be honest, man. It's disgusting. Well, it's not a surprise.
No, I'm not surprised.
CL Standalone Game Arena is a DLC, but a new game mode that we paid for is not. Well, because they're lying. That's why. They're lying.
They're just
to
straight up
justify
lying.
a bad behavior. It's simple. And this is the thing. Like, a lot of people try to use logic and try to argue with people. But whenever you argue with somebody who's lying, you're just going to be lied to. The truth is that there's no point in even approaching and arguing this. They're lying. They did it because they don't want to spend extra money on server capacity. They changed the words, after the fact to gaslight people into thinking that it was never the case, that the arena was DLC, but this isn't. And now they're trying to pretend like this never happened. I mean, let's be honest here, guys. They're just being pieces of shit. And so there's no reason to even engage in an argument or a conversation. They're lying. They scammed people. Everybody knows it. And that's why they're all mad.
Man, it's so... I want to say that I saw something like this coming, but I don't know, man. Like I said, I'm not surprised with how Nikita runs this game, but man, I will say that this is not the way that I saw this game going, or this is not like the end game that I saw for this kind of game. I really thought that they were just gonna make it more hardcore, because that's kind of what they did with like the inertia update. Is they wanted to make it more realistic. They have a real hard on for realism in a weird way. Like, they made, I think, GPUs start having decay and all this shit. I don't know. It was really weird, but a lot of the changes that they made, it kind of was a weird direction for the game. Or at least I feel like it. I know some people were like, yeah, I like this change and blah, 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 and the inertia change. Well, that was mostly because of the sweaty player. It mostly nerfed sweaty players, but still. Let me be a rat.
There it is. And if they had said, too, here's the other thing. If they had said with the PvE, they had said at the beginning, we're not going to be able to get everybody into the PvE at the same time. We're going to have a really long server queue for the PvE. Or we're going to have a random lottery system, like kind of how like WoW betas have like a random invite list. Then it would have been fine. There's like 50 different ways that they could
Or just make a beta for it. You know?
But the reason why they didn't
Everyone
use
just
any of
does
these other
betas.
methods, you might be like, oh, they're stupid. No, these guys aren't stupid. They did
No,
it for money.
they're painfully
Well,
aware.
like,
That's for sure.
Oh, look, guys, let me give
That's
you a
probably
little bit
the
of
best way to
advice.
put it.
Whenever personal
They're definitely
gain
aware.
and coincidence converge, it's not a coincidence. You think that they just accidentally charged $250 for this? Get the
No,
fuck outta
definitely
here.
not.
They clearly did it because they wanted to see how much money they could get from people that they already got the money from. That's it. Jordan Belfort was talking stupid. Yes, you never want to think that somebody who is scamming you is dumb. I think that, yes, they have mismanaged this situation, but the outcome of the situation was entirely planned. This is what
I really hope no one actually bought it. Like, I really, really hope no one actually bought it. Like, maybe Tony would have bought it, Landmark, but even then, I doubt anyone really. No, I wouldn't put that on Landmark. I'm sure Landmark didn't buy that shit. Fuck that, yo.
what Lyric said.
Especially
Lyric.
now that all these now that the genre is a fucking bombshell.
Yeah.
Of every motherfucker wanting to make an extractor shooter.
Right.
This goes back to my chart.
You know, you have a lot of people who are seasoned in EFT.
Yeah.
The community is like super into your game. They love you and hate you at the same time.
I fucking hate him.
Yep.
Because the cheaters or the bugs or whatever the
God,
fuck,
the
but
cheaters.
they still load up. You got the community like a WoW community. They love you and hate you.
And they love
You're
to hate
successful.
No, he's right. Lyric is right. A lot of these people don't mind forking up $250 too. Well, a lot of people that play PoE don't mind forking it up, but they also don't mind it because they don't have to. I think
this is one thing that I always thought was funny. I know some people can tell, but I saw a video where someone was like, you can never tell when a cheater kills you because you just died to everything. And it's true. I've been like shot from a scab that barely laid an eye on like the follicle of my hair that just passed by him, and he just turned and headshot me.
that whenever you require something,
Game is
it's a lot
hard, man.
different than whenever it's an option. So yeah.
But I loved
It's
it. I love the
possible this is
game. I
an
used to
exit
play it all the
strategy
time.
for the company, since they're hemorrhaging money, just tank the company on purpose. How do you
Are they
know they're
hemorrhaging money?
Have they said that, or have you seen their balance sheet?
Are they?
Because I think that they're not hemorrhaging money.
Well, how many people are really buying
I mean, if I don't see the balance sheet,
Tarkov?
if this isn't a publicly traded company, then I'm not going to believe that they're hemorrhaging money. Yeah, no way.
Well, I mean, that's the thing about Tarkov is that they're not. Tarkov is a one-time purchase, so there's no DLC, there's no microtransactions or anything like that, which is what I thought they would have done, or what I thought they should have done instead of making a whole new $250 version, and then being like, oh, you could have like this outfit. Like, they should just make microtransactions if they need money. I don't know. I'm not saying that they need money, but if they did need money, that's what they should have done. So this shit.
DLC abbreviation. People keep talking about that. Yeah, half your player base gets the new stupid edition. You will not be able to handle the load. Yeah, and this is also like another really good way to look at it. This guy brings up a great point. I thought about this when I was reading it, and I forgot.
Are the Tarkov servers even good now? I don't even know.
What's the logic here? So the servers can't have everybody.
Right.
So you're adding a new version of the game, in which case your best version, or your best case scenario, is that you buy everything for the game, and you buy the new version, and then you're in the same position that you're at now, where you can't afford all the server space. It's actually crazy. EOD was promised was a great mistake for them. Now they've come to regret it, and they're trying to find any actual way to make money again.
Just make microtransactions, bro.
I don't know if this is a good idea or not. I think
I don't
probably
understand.
wasn't. Like, personally, I think that it would have been a better idea to just put it out, and then, like, for example, I would have probably tried the PvE version of Tarkov.
I absolutely would have. I would have came back to it, 100%.
Too hardcore, and like I'm the kind of person that if I play a game and I lose progress in the game, like the reward structure in my brain just like immediately falls apart. Like, because then I feel like I've lost progress, therefore I wasted time, and then I think to myself, I'm wasting time playing this game, and then I think to myself, why am I wasting time playing this game? Then I stop playing the game.
You gotta rat it out.
Right? That's
what you gotta do. If you're ever in that position with Tarkov, you gotta rat it out, dude.
Pretty much how it happens. So like almost any game that has like a reverse progression ends up making me lose interest in it, like immediately as soon as I have that.
Take you a whole macaroni and cheese combo.
Like I just
and get in there.
I see that happen. I'm done. I don't want to do it again. Seasonal, yeah. Hardcore WoW is the same for me. PoE, I usually quit seasons whenever I die a few times and I lose a lot of experience and I'm mad. I'm like, oh, I just wasted 3 hours. Okay, well, I'm just gonna go do something else. So yeah, it's just that's a personal pet peeve of mine.
I think the worst part is I still even after all this, I still want to try that PvE game mode. I probably won't off principle of how they're doing this. Maybe if they make it better, you know, if they like, I don't even know. Apologize, maybe even then, probably not, because I don't want a fucking apology. But I don't know, man. It seems like it would be fun to play a PvE game mode. I seen someone like, I think people had like mods for a PvE game mode. And that sounds really cool. Like to have it actually instilled in the game, that would be pretty sick. Because then you won't get banned, and I won't lose $150. That's how much EOD was.
And if a game has that, I will just never be interested in that game at all. I think that really this wasn't a mistake by them.
Oh, definitely not
an accident. This was them simply doing this to make the most amount of money possible. And I think that, again, with the DLC, I will say it one more time, Escape from Tarkov themselves, the developers themselves, know that it's DLC. Because if they actually thought that it wasn't DLC, they wouldn't have to reword what the purchasing was.
Right.
Which they did on their website. They reworded it because they knew that they were wrong. That's all there is to it. I fucking hate greedy fucks. I mean, again, there's no problem with them. I think if they had said, hey guys, we need more money, and so we're gonna
people would have absolutely
and,
gave
like,
money.
tell people about this like 6 months ahead of time, they would have been able to weather this and it would have been fine.
Yeah.
They could have done the exact same thing, and I think that it probably would have been fine.
Again, they could have also added like microtransactions, which I know, you know, people don't like microtransactions, so I don't want to be like microtransactions and it's now pay to win and battle pass and all that. No, it would be for like simple shit like armbands and new outfits and gun skins, stuff like that, like things that wouldn't really make a change in the game that would be detrimental, but just like simple microtransactions that are just like fun. You know what I'm saying? Like Valorant skins or some shit, you know, like gun skins or gun charms, anything. That would be sick, or at least in my opinion. But I mean, of course, I would take out the realism of the game and good old Nikita and his fucking realism, fucking prick.
Or it would have been a lot better. Let's say a lot better. And the problem why this happens is that it's kind of what I was saying before, is that if you treat your audience like they're a bunch of vitriolic, stupid children, well, then they will be. And so what ends up happening is that this company decides, okay, well, we're going to go ahead and push this out there, but we're not going to talk to the player base about it and then make them look stupid. And you know, just like insult their intelligence,
right.
Be patronizing to them, try to like pretend like they don't
Those
know what
bastards.
DLC is. Like you're explaining
DLC,
to an entire
what?
community of gamers what DLC is. Get the fuck
DLC
out of here.
cut?
Everybody knows what DLC is. That's why they're mad. It's because you offered it, and you said that it was free before. So it's again, it's the intellectual dishonesty and the insult to people's intelligence that they can't see what's clearly happening in front of them.
I think that DLC thing is definitely the thing that is bothering me the most right now.
Not actually the price.
Is that they're saying, no, it's not DLC.
Put this out for $250 and they had told people, hey guys, we know that it's really expensive. We don't have a lot of server space, so only the most dedicated people can get it. They would get shit on, absolutely, but it would be a fraction of what this is.
Right.
And the real reason why they're getting shit on so much is because they're insulting the intelligence of their audience. That's the reason. And the people that play Escape from Tarkov aren't stupid. Like, these are hardcore PC gamers that are playing this super complex,
dude, that game,
like tactical military shooter game.
You legit kind of need, I don't know, okay, so this is, because I'm mostly a gacha creator, so, you know, I might have some gacha viewers. Just to put this out as an example, you kind of need time to just move your character. Moving your character itself is a full-time thing that you gotta, like, get down and practice and get, and get the feel of and the motion of, and then Soda's moving, and then what do you call it? Then switching your gun or switching your footsteps, and then knowing where scavs are. So this game is like insanely complex.
This isn't
It's fun
like,
though. It's definitely fun.
You know, pulling the wool
At least
over
it
the
was.
eyes of Honkai Star Rail players, okay?
Yeah.
Where it's like, oh, they're not happy? Okay, we'll release a new picture of one of the characters in a bikini. Okay, everything's fine again. So, the truth is that, like...
Genshin has a
these
dry
people
spell?
are not
Release
they're not
Harlechino.
gonna take
Oh, well,
this.
fuck.
They're gonna be fucking furious. Of course. Or classic WoW players, yeah, something like that. So, yeah, this isn't a surprise at all. And there's Helldivers 2. Be sure to check out the deals in the acquisition center today with prices so low.
That's
they're
funny.
practically unheard of.
Oh, no.
Oh, boy.
Oh, shit.
Oh, boy, oh, boy. That's from Helldivers 2.
Good
That's
heavens,
crazy.
brother.
In only 2 days, they backpedaled twice. First, the EOD updated content, and now they've reduced the price upgrade. Do not fold. No, this person is very right. Yeah, never compromise with people that are trying to fuck you around. Never be like, okay, well, you can only, you know, it's like you're not going to cut my arm off, but you can at least have a finger. Don't let them have anything.
Have a big toe.
Just keep pushing. Act like it's never good enough until you actually get what you really want. Because if you don't, then they're just going to slowly edge that away from you over time.
Yeah.
Life is becoming expensive. Why not Tarkov? Seems fair. The problem isn't the price of the game. The price is like the insult to injury. If they had introduced this price point and they were honest and forthcoming with their community about what their financial problems were, then you would have had a lot of people that were angry about this, but it would be 20% or 10% of what
Remember,
it is now.
guys, it's not DLC.
It's the lying and the insult to the intelligence of the audience.
Yeah, that
that's
whole
really
doubling
making
down on
people
DLC
angry
thing.
here, not
I keep saying that. I'm sorry,
necessarily
but
the price or the content
it's really
itself.
bothering me.
That's basically what's going on. Price change is now live. Still won't buy it. So it went from
Yeah, $50 because
so you had the 100
EOD is about. So they cut it in half, and I think they said that the EOD upgrade is about $100 because it's 250 and you pay 150 for EOD. Man, I can't believe they wanted $100 and then they put it up there. Like, yeah, EOD, you get what do you call it? You get you can buy this upgrade for $100, and it's gonna be basically like paying the same thing, just paying it at a different time. I was like, bro, that's not a sale. It's like paying $50. It's like paying $30 for a $60 game, and then them being like, okay, well, you can pay us $30 later. What are you, a loan shark? What the fuck?
$150 edition, and then you buy this edition.
$50,
it would be
man.
$100, and now they cut it in half. Man, that's a really big price difference. Wow. Is it 75? Yeah. What? It's $50. I just checked. Well, yeah, but like it's 47 euros. Like, I remember, like I think euros are less than $1 now, but it's like it's around $50, right?
Right.
It's around $50 or 50 euros, somewhere around there. So, yeah, that's basically it. $50 profit in a day, exactly. Yeah. Japanese yen tanking. Yeah, I don't know about any other currency. I'm just saying about this. To the people that bought the new edition, you are idiots funding their exit strategy. This always, hey, from somebody who spit on Stormount owners, let me tell you, this isn't going to go anywhere, all right? The people that are buying the edition have already
Are they really
spent
calling it an exit
$250.
strategy?
They're already stupid. You're not going to convince them
I
that
guess
they're
so.
stupid. Because if they knew that, then they wouldn't have bought the edition. It's not, you can never explain to a cat that a cat doesn't know how to divide fractions. You can talk about fractions to the cat. You can explain, like, okay, so you have here.
Chad
And then
with
at the
cat
end of the day,
emotes.
the cat's just going to meow. And he's not going to understand it at all.
This is
There's
food.
never going to be a point where you get it through his head. And this is the same thing.
Where's my cat? I want to go pet my cat now.
They don't know a damn thing, man. It's
She's
not
around
gonna
here
happen.
somewhere.
Will microtransactions evolve or disappear? I do think that loot boxes will go away. The reason why loot boxes haven't gone away is because people buy them, number one. And number two, there are not any regulations to prevent kids from using them.
Oh, jeez, yeah, I
So
guess
I
so.
think it was a very telling thing that whenever they decided to not let under 18 people in China buy loot boxes, that all of these companies' stocks went down massively. Because the
Wow.
truth is that a lot of the kids that are being taken advantage of by these loot boxes, and it's the parents' fault. It's not really the company's fault. It's the parents. But
I guess so.
regardless, you know, at a certain point, you need to have a regulation for something. The truth is that a lot of times it's built off of getting kids to buy it.
What? I'm trying to think of a game that has loot boxes right now, and I can't really think of any. But then again, I don't really play um Overwatch because oh wait, Overwatch doesn't have it either. No, they have a store now, don't they? Yeah. Oh god, I guess Overwatch 2 doesn't have loot boxes. They also don't have a good game, but you know, I guess can't have it all. Anyways, Apex. Yeah, Apex has loot boxes. I'm not playing Apex.
Even with regulations,
I'm
the
trying to
lines
think
are so
of other
tiny,
games
it's
with
just the cost
loot
of
boxes.
business.
Chad,
Just
tell me a
make the
game with
fine
loot
higher,
boxes. I don't
and
know.
That's a pretty easy thing to do. So, what's more, you buy this trash equals you normalize this kind of behavior in the gaming industry.
Oh,
I remember whenever I heard this. Yeah, I remember hearing this a while ago.
is that the storm mount that he's talking about?
Yeah, if you normalize it in the industry, yeah, and everybody was saying, don't buy it, don't buy it. Well, luckily, nobody bought it, and microtransactions never took off, right? That's what happened,
Oh,
right?
thank God.
Yeah, guys. I mean, this Tarkov stuff is pretty embarrassing. And I think, again, they
Is
can
that
solve this
no?
problem whenever
Is
they
that baby no
want
money?
by just saying that they fucked up and acknowledging what they fucked up with and keeping doing the same thing. Because if they just keep doing the same thing, but they just don't call their players stupid, then it'll be fine. It's, again, the fact
Yeah.
that people are being called stupid is the issue.
It's like that South Park episode where they're like, "Oh, we're sorry, we're sorry, we're sorry." Anyways, man, I don't know. You know, good old Nikita doing his thing that he always does. Like I said, I definitely would have liked to play the PvE game mode myself because I love Tarkov for the longest time. So like going back to it for a PvE game mode would definitely be something that I would have done. I don't think I'd be doing it now, especially not for 50. $50 is kind of a short price to pay for like. I know I'm gonna get hours out of it, bro. And you know me, $1 1 hour, so I'm definitely gonna get my money's worth out of it. But still, at this point, I don't even care, bro. Fuck that game. I don't even know if I have Tarkov installed. I'm sure I do, just because I have a lot of memory. But anyways, tell me what you guys think. If you guys are Tarkov players, tell me what you guys are feeling right now. I know people are pissed. I'm pissed, but that'll be all for me. Comment, like, and subscribe, and I will catch you gamers in the next one. Bye.